Welcome everyone to an arena video. This is Andrea Mengucci. This video is sponsored to you by channelfireball.com and Ultimate God. The deck I'm playing today is what is perceived as the tier 1 of Modern, Blue-Red Murktide, with the threats of Modern Horizons 2, Murktide Regent, Dragon's Red Channeler, Ragavan Nimble Pilferer, the interaction of Anoli Heath, Lightning Bolt, the cantrip selection of Mishra's Bubble, Serum Vision, Thought Scour, Expressive Iteration, and the counter magic as counterspell. This deck used to play 4 counterspell. I really just didn't love them, and I'm very happy with Archmage Charm. You might not want to play 4, since it could be a little bit bad against the fast decks, but this card is really outstanding. Even when you're behind, just stealing a 1-drop, it's big, and this card has been really good to me. And this only plays 18 lands, which is very low for a modern deck, but you kind of have this bubbles, the Serum Vision, etc. to thin it down, so that's good enough. You can play Fiery Outlet too. The sideboard has more copies of explosives. There's one in the main because sometimes this deck really gets through a lot of cards with iterations and Serum Visions, and you kind of just don't get access to an explosives in the main to answer like a Chalice of the Void or stuff like that. More explosives, more Braid for the Chalice of the Void card. Mystical Dispute, good in the mirror. Blood Moon, good against Ursa Saga decks. Although I'm not sure if Blood Moon is better than Alpine Moon. Again, I need to tune this deck, so we'll see. Positive to turn is for the 2-2 protection from red. So again, Lantern for, greater matchups. And finally, Flash Swarm for the Crushing Footfalls matchup as well as control. I really like this over Chalice of the Void in this kind of decks. It's a brief deck tech of a pretty popular deck at this point, which I played in paper. I played some League with this deck in the past, but yeah, now I really want to just make it better and better. Build Modern League. Alright, on the play with a Ragavan. Let's go. Good morning, chat. Yesterday I played Paper Legacy. From Ragavan there too. I was saying Jeskai Saga Monkey with Days. That deck works Days and Force of Wills. Oh, by the way, there's no Force of Negation. Force of Negation is yeah, I mean Modern is kind of fair at the moment. There's not that many unfair decks. With Steven Spirit Guide being banned, and which is Modern Horizons 2 not really adding that much to the unfair strategy. They just really wanted to make Modern a more fair format. You do see that Colossus Hammer as like tier 1 together with this deck, so Colossus Hammer is kind of an unfair deck because it tries to like one-shot you with Income of Texas, kind of like similar to a Blazing Shoal strategy. But still, this not like that unfair. It's still like, the Ice Creature removal spell. I mean the card, not the deck. Okay. But taking their time, but yeah, this end is shaping up nicely. We can even go turn 2 Charm if we connect with Ragavan, which is definitely a consideration. There's one Singleton Snapcaster Mage. This was in the second place list from Nathan Stewart of the Modern Showcase, and I love Snapcaster Mage. This is just a card that I really like. Last week I was playing a lot of my Omnath Control deck, and I added 2 Snapcaster Mage to that deck. Alright, let's go. 7 cards each. Starting with a Steam Vance and a Ragavan. Pretty straightforward start for a modern deck featuring Ragavan. Just the best you can get on the play. And now, let's see, Forest. Warrior Ranger. Okay. Bold for me, please? No bold. Am I willing to trade? This is really a big threat. And I have Archmage Charm to take control of the Warrior Ranger. I think I'll let them have it. I don't want to necessarily trade with the Ragavan. So I'll just go like this. And pass. I'll be fetching here. I know that I could draw a bubble and I would like to keep the bubble, but like might as well just get a red land, right? Still an Anthem. This is an unexpected card. And there's a reason why I didn't want to steal it. Funnily enough, I was expecting them to play more creatures, and maybe Archmage Charm would have been worse, but I mean, as it is, they still have one creature only, so I'm attempting to steal the Queer Ranger now. Surveilling a Fiery Islet to the graveyard. Steal that. And attack for 2. And then I'll be able to make a treasure and maybe cast an Elves from their deck. Who knows? Arvish Archdruid. Can't cast that one. Cost 3. But we can keep the treasure forever. Hello, hello, chat. Welcome, welcome. My graveyard is not the best, but I do have 4 cards already for my Regent. I drew a land here, which I kind of got rid of. Maybe I was supposed to keep it for Snapcaster Archmage Charm. They cast another Queer Ranger. Keep on scrying to the top, okay. Heritage Druid, wow. There are 2 cards in it and they can deploy them. Because they have 3 mana from the Heritage Druid. Realm Walker, that's a 3/4, very large. You cast the top of your deck if it's an elf. And I keep this card on top. It's a good turn by my opponent. Well, unfortunately, I can't really do much here. I really can't do anything. It's funny. I can cast the Regent, but I kind of want to leave up Snapcaster plus Archmage Charm here, so just play land and pass the turn. Just really not to... I thought it was winning by a wide margin on that turn 3, but opponent went off, and I'm on the back foot again. Again, I mean, I'm on the back foot right now. Regular Channeler without bubbles or Thought Scour is very hard to make it surveil. Yeah, Murktide's very, very small here. Yep. Not countering that. And I can guess things from the top of their deck. Look at that. They have the combo going here. Very strong. You can play 24 lands if you want. Those are like the decisions that... Yeah, you can do that, sure. Okay, let's take a Realm Walker. That doesn't add much. It's just a 3/4, same thing. It's just an elf. Scrying, it's not... Their Glimpse of Nature is banned in Modern, so opponents just scrying for the sake of... I mean, I guess they keep them... It's kind of a... Yeah, like they're casting things from the top of the deck. Alright, this is a good one now. Yeah, I think I'm attempting the counter. I'm looking at that Kozilek's Return in the sideboard. That would be really good. Right now, I don't feel very, very good about this game. They have 2 cards in hand, and they can just keep on casting the top of the deck. Especially with the Scribe from Sylvan Anthem. Counter targets failure. Veil, and then I'll have 6. Mishra's Bubble. Well, so Mishra's Bubble just let me survey. I think I'll leave this on top. It doesn't add much, but it lets me surveil, and it's another card in graveyard for Regent. Alright, Dwarven Elite through from the top of the deck. That makes 2 bodies, so they only need 1 else. I guess they can just untap a forest to keep on going. Yeah, I mean, Sylvan Anthem is just working so nicely now. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Well done, opponent. Well done. Yavi Maya. I mean, that's in Legacy, more for Legacy, but you can return a Gav's Cradle with Yavi Maya. Now, I don't know what's the combination with the Spear Ranger, but I think you can turn any land now. Alright. It's Uri, Renegade Relier. Or sorry, Renegade Leader. A 5 and you overrun. Basically, opponent is just casting as many things as possible now. Or looks like they finished. They finished casting everything as possible. I'll bubble myself. Or my opponent, we'll see. Now surveilling first. That will help. That will help knowing. It's kind of like an opt. This is the combination in play. Alright, counter spell. I mean, it might not be the worst, although they do have this Azure in play. Nah, I think I have to bottom this. I mean, graveyard this. And then I have to bubble. I can bubble myself to know if I draw a bolt next turn or not. I draw a lightning bolt. Okay, so I draw a bolt. My opponent will still be able to Overrun though. It's just over. They just overrun in upkeep, right? Yeah. I concede. I can't draw that card. All right, well done, opponent. Impressive. Yeah, opponent went wide for sure. Impressive. All right, so now we're gonna bring in the Kozak's return. And it's the beauty of modern, really. It's so beautiful, this format. All right, so I'm gonna bring in a return explosives, probably a braid. I'll take out counter spells, like actual counter spell. And what else do I want to take out? I want to take out Ragavans. They don't seem good at all in this matchup. 60 cards. You have to be ready to board this card out whenever you play against, I don't know, Mem Knights, or in this case, Quiver Rangers. This card is good only if, like, it's good if it connects. Again, people compare it to Death Ray Shaman. That is not Death Ray Shaman. The card needs to connect to be good. So you can't really make it connect here. Plus, this dies to your explosives and Kozak's return. So yeah, I think I'm happy with this sideboarding. Let's get to game 2. And now you're just winning the game with Dragon's Channel and Murktide. That's very winnable. Like, this is a 3-3 flyer. This is 6-6 flyer, 7-7 flyer, 8-8 flyer. Good morning. Yesterday I had a very funny interaction with Murktide Regent in a paper game. It's against Bajuka Bog. And my opponent, I had this in play. Opponent cast Bajuka Bog, and we were playing friendly. So I told him, "Are you sure you want to do that? Because if you do that, my Regent gets 9 counters on it and you die." He's like, "Okay." And then he looked at his graveyard and he was like, "Oh, but I just can't play this land now," because he didn't want to Bajuka Bog himself. So that was funny. Murktide Regent last clause says, "Whenever an instant sorcerer leaves your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter." So you can still get onto yourself because it says only the opponent, but you can like Progenitus to grow it too. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the Bajuka Bog. I ended up losing that. No, that game I won. I ended up losing the match though. The Greenwire Reclaimer. But yeah, this is a deck that I've played on paper. I've never really played on Magic Online because I got my Ragavan very recently. I just really want to see how this deck does. Again, when I played in paper, I never connected with Ragavan in Modern. I connected plenty of time in Legacy, but in Modern, it's just so hard to connect with that card. Alright, now, what do we got? Well, this is definitely good. Hopefully I draw a Thought Scour so I can turn to Murktide Regent. That'd be nice. Now, I'll begin by bubbling myself. I have a fetch and a Sparble of Candle, meaning that if I like what I see on top, I can play the Candle. If I don't like what I see on top, I can play the Flooded Strand. Honestly, though, I can play the Flooded Strand regardless, because I can then bubble myself 2 times if I like what I see. For example, I bubble myself, I take a card, I play a Flooded Strand. And I don't crack it. I just draw my opponent's upkeep. And I keep the bubble around, and then I can bubble myself again in the end of turn. And if I don't like what I see, I fetch. If I like it, I keep the Flooded Strand around. So that's the strength of bubble plus fetch land. Really, really good. Really, really good. You have to use it well. And in paper, you have to remember to draw a card, because Magic Online is going to be easy, but in paper is not that easy. In fact, if you're at the beginning of the times with your bubble, a good suggestion is just to bubble crack end of turn, because that's just very easier to remember. Sometimes you crack bubble in the opponent's upkeep, and it might take too long. Actually, you just forget you cracked the bubble, but let's hope we all play well. Our opponent is with tough mulligan decisions, it looks like. But they played well. Oh, well, they're also on this 62 card strategy. I like that. Actually, I don't like that, but underrated strategy. Underrated strategy for sure. People usually tell you to not do it, but I'm more on the you do you, if you like it, you do it. It's not a big deal. You put bubble on top from the graveyard. I don't think it's correct. You can put like a dice in your deck. You can't put a card that's supposed to be in the graveyard on top of your deck. I mean, obviously, you can do whatever. It's like no serious events or anything going on. Alright, they start with the Leyline of Vitality. What does this do? Wow, I've never seen this before. Plus one, 0 plus 1. Okay, cool. Buongiorno, doctor. Alright, put him out against 6. Okay, let's begin by bubbling ourselves, I said. It's a Kozilek's return. Well, I'm for sure drawing it. And I'm still going for the bubble play as I described you earlier. So I'm drawing a card now that I know it's good. It's the Kozilek's return. I mean, maybe with this card in play, it's going to be tougher because their creature are bigger. But I can still kill 1/1s with the Kozilek's return. It's not like Electrickery or Cinderclasm. Alright, let's just go with the top lane. Perfect. Now I can bubble myself again. And I can decide. It's another sweeper. It's an explosives. Now, honestly, the fact that it just started with a top land makes me just want to shuffle that. I'm not saying it's a bad card. I just say that I already have a sweeper. I don't want to just overload with them. You upload this list. You can always check my list. Exclamation mark deck. Or if you go on this side, there's Carbo Live. All my decks are always on stream as I play. Alright, I have 3 cards in the graveyard. Unfortunately, there's nothing to do with for me. I just passed the turn. Plus, you can go to Twitter or Instagram to check my list. It's really hard not to stumble upon one of my lists. You really just have to not to... You just have to not follow me in any platform. Alright, I can go bold and I cast the Regent. Is that a good play? Probably not. Is that a play I'm doing? Probably yes. Bold, Murktide Regent. That's gonna be how I'm going. And if opponent has Assassin's Trophy for Murktide Regent, that'll be sad. Abrupt Decay doesn't kill it. Effect. Not uploaded. Not. I don't know. Just click the first link. It's not that hard. Anyway. Another Kozilek's return. Not great, but yeah, 0 for 2 mana 5/5 flyer. Hoping that it closes out. Delving? I'm not I wasn't surveilling. I was just crying with the bubbles. Three mana. What is this? Don't kill my Murktide. It's Uli. Ooh, that's a 2/3. It doesn't die to my Kozilek's return. Okay, fine. I don't have a good end. I can't cast any of my cards. Yeah, doctor, I feel like it's kind of normal at this point to use the chat instead of Google. It's fine. You want me to do. You just go Sylvan Anthem and attack for 3. Cool. Alright, they might just be stumbled with a bunch of clunky cards just like me. Yeah, I mean, they gain 2 life now. No, sorry, they gain 1 life if they cast a creature. This is just a shock, which literally does nothing at the moment since every creature gets a bonus of +1/+2. And this one cannot go face, so I just drew another blank here. But I have a Murktide Regent that I casted on turn 4. Yeah, hopefully it's good enough. They evoke Endurance. Well, that's weird. Just gain a life? Look at the triggers, by the way. Oh, to scry. Wow. I mean, look at who just casted this. This is very large. I don't get it. Why did you do this? Okay, so they went outside of Murktide Regent range. 6 life. This regenerates another elf. Mm-hmm. Untap this, untap the land, and cast the 3-drop, but they don't have it, so I'm just untapping here. Draw a Lightning Bolt. Well, that's a good draw. Wow. Win this game early, but just casting like basically nothing. You're a wild game. I'm just gonna bold them in upkeep here. They're on 1 life with 2 cards in hand. I don't get why they didn't cast Endurance, honestly. But yeah, that's the win here. What a wild game. What a wild game. Congrats, Signor Grande, you won this. Alright! Game 3! Well, my sideboard is non-existent. My main deck is fine. Pretty clunky, but let's go. Blue-red Murktide is the name of the deck, and Murktide was all it took to win this one. Couple of 3 bolts and a Murktide got there. Pretty cool. I'll play with the 62 special again. Oh, this is a turn 2 Murktide again. If I I don't have to cast the bolts. They don't have a Land of Vitality this time. They just have a Cavern of Souls. Naming Elf. Elvish Mystic. Okay. Considering I give explosives, do I want how do I want to deploy this game? Because I can also go explosives turn 1 to crack it on turn 2. I don't mind that. I'm going turn 1 explosives. That might throw my opponent off a little bit. I just don't deploy the 1-drop, slow them down. Yeah, okay, so I will do that. We'll just play turn 1 explosives. How? I think basic island's fine. I thought Scour 2 to cast, so I will definitely use the basic island in this game. Why play Kozilek's Return instead of Anger of the Gods? Because Kozilek's Return lets you kill the Sanctifier in Vec, which is a popular card. Also, I might kill our champion who plays against the green-white Alia deck, which might be another popular matchup. Alright, they play Heritage Druid in face of an engineered explosives. That's wild. What? Alright, I'm just doing it. It's not that I'm not doing it, but it is even a 1-lander. So pretty happy I went turn 1 explosives over my options. Alright. Goodbye, creatures. Ranger not great with a Cavern of Souls. Now I can go thought Scour myself, cast Murktide Regent. Or I can just get rid of all the things they've cast. Yeah, honestly, that's not a bad plan either. I'm just getting rid of all the things they cast. Yeah. Alright, cool. This is a 1-1, I know, but if they just play like a critical mass of things, it might get out of hand. As you saw game 1. So I better just get rid of all of the things they cast. No! Okay, well done. Alright, so I got. My Greyer is gone. No more Murktide for me. That's okay, though. Good morning, Nicholas. Because Doctor is also an instant, which plays well into this deck strategy. This is not really a tap out deck. I keep on casting more elves. I'll keep on killing him. Alright. I'll keep on killing him. Oh, no. That's finally enough. They have Yavimaya. So with this Fiery Island, I can pay for a green not to lose any life. So yeah, this is like the minor thing that you should pay attention to. Magical Line lets you and highlights them in case you forget. In paper, you have to remember those things. Paper Magic is definitely harder to play on a lot of different levels. There's timer. There's no timer, so you actually have to make sure your opponents also play fast. It's not easy. Alright, they keep on Queer Ranger me. I can't counter them. Not that I want to, just saying. I can draw 2 cards. I guess that's what I'm doing. They're gonna draw 2 cards. That'll be me. Blue. What else are we doing here? I'm just getting an island, playing Serum Visions. So Serum Visions is a strange card. It's a cantrip, but you kind of want to fetch it first, unlike, I don't know, Ponder or Brainstorm. So that's definitely weird. But once you've learned, it's not going to be that unintuitive. Hey, I'll exile all my cards in the graveyard, doesn't matter. I have another bolt to flashback. And yeah, Stevens is a catcher triumph. This deck can definitely flood out. You know, you don't have the brainstorm insurance, so you have to play the fairy islets. Some lists play 2. I think 1 is enough. Some lists play 2, some lists play 0. I'm in the middle. Just like our char. Some people play 3, sorry. Some people play 2, some people play 4. I'm in the middle. Point out. Fine, I'm keeping this hand here. I think I'll bottom it's either Ragavan or Dragon's. Oh, sorry, or Counter Spell. I think I'm gonna go with Counter Spell. I might be a hater of Counter Spell. Good morning, cute mats. Panta. You think this list could be playable without Ragavan? No, not really. I mean, sure, it depends on what you're aiming to. But Ragavan is definitely powerful in many spots. You sideboard it out a lot. Alright, I put it with a strong start of Grief Unholy Heat. Sorry, Undying Evil, meaning that they get to double grief me, removing the 2 1 drop. Alright, speaking of Unholy Heat, I drew it. I could go Fetch Land, Serum Visions. Yeah, I don't mind that. There's the chance that you get like 2 good cards and you don't want to shuffle, so I'll do that. I saw it, Nicholas. No, not surprised. Modern is wild. There's not really every deck can win, honestly. Alright, I think I'm leaving this card on top. Like, my opponent might discard the other expressive iteration, and I'm down 2 cards. So I just need it. I just need that. I think the iteration there. Oh wow, they ephemerate the grief. So yeah, as I said, the iteration is dying. Oh, actually, they took the. Alright, so they took the. They took the Anoli Heath because that would have been able to exile the grief. Well, so now I can go expressive iteration, but considering that we're going to ephemerate this grief, I feel like I need to keep at least 1 for the 2 for 1 later. Because I could use 1 as an anticipate. Now, I mean, you sure you can get lucky and get a bubble, but that's not what I'm going for. So just play land and pass the turn. I don't give financial advice. I'm sorry. All right. Let's see if they Thoughtseize my last spell. They play Stoneforge Mystic. Sure. And yesterday's challenge of Gravitron and Modern Greentron split the final of the Modern Challenge. Modern Challenge isn't like the highest level of event, but it is still very, very hard to get to the final. You know, you have to dedicate your Sunday or Saturday to a 7-round event. You have to pay 30 ticks. So definitely just good player participate. So that's definitely an achievement. Alright, they got Sword of Paradise, strong. I'll take a draw step. Ooh, Archmage Charm. Yeah, Lapscalion. Yesterday, a team without 3. I had to force him though, because he didn't wanna come. Alright, I'll make this risky play. Because if I cast Expressive Iteration and find Bolt, I have to. Yeah, it's not great. Whatever. I had to. So basically, I was in the spot where I was like, all right, I don't care about the land, missing the land drop from the iteration. I just need to get 2 spells, and I got them. Let's see if they have a land here. No, they go damn. Okay, sure. They don't have a land to violate the Stoneforge, the sword and attack. I'm on 8, by the way. Mr. Rainforest. Path. Yep. And they go for that. Sure. I have to top deck now. I have to go iteration. Sorry, I have my charm and hope to top deck. A burn spell. I'll concede the game. I have a braid for the sword next game. I put on to play with the grief ephemerate. You know, definitely hard to deal with, but that's okay. So bringing a braid and what else do we want to get in? Get out. Probably explosives doesn't seem great. Rest in peace in the sideboard. I think this is a matchup where counterspell isn't the worst. Keeping the Ragavans for sure. I'll go like this. Morning Wigsbone. Alright, let's hope that turn 1 Ragavan on the play sticks. Also Thought Scour. Opponent previous game didn't have any removal spell, or at least, I guess they had Damned. That doesn't work in a Ragavan though. Let's see if they have a Peta Push. Or a Prismatic Ending. They could have both. Alright, looks like they go Grief Ephemerate again. But that's fine. My hand isn't particularly good. Alright, so yeah, double Grief Ephemerate is going to be hard. For both of this game. I'm drawing a card. Charm. Alright, I think I'll Thought Scour myself. Draw. Another Ragavan. Okay. Actually happy to trade here if they want to. Alright, wow, to let me go. And I have a Stoneforge Mystic. She doesn't get anything, unfortunately. I can Thought Scour myself again. Hope to get a removal spell to break the Ephemerate. I think it's fine. Alright, cool, I did. Casting this now. So that my opponent can't respond with another Ephemerate. So now this Ephemerate fizzles. Did I go for? I didn't, Burbusawa. I didn't do it. Shoulder spine is just hurting a bit, but nothing serious, I think. Okay. So they went for the Stoneforge. Let's see what I get. One of Braid is gone. My Graveyard is stacked. Bottom school. Okay, cool. Draw. Expressive Iteration. I think I'll kick things off with that one. See what this gives me. Alright, gives me 2 lands. I think I prefer, actually, I probably, do I want land here? I want the land. Or do I want to counterspell? Because I'm assuming the Ragavan connects, because they don't want to trade. So I have the counterspell up. Huh. Sorry, it's a little bit hard. I think I actually prefer a 4th land drop, other than the counterspell. Unclear what was right there. Just working on low resources because they griefed the camera in me. And I had to, like, use a bunch of resources. Anyway, let's see how this Ragavan goes. Alright, I wouldn't mind getting, like, a Thoughtseize. Or a removal spell. A miracle. You can't play this as a land, unfortunately. Yeah, that's me. I passed the turn. Could have had a counterspell up, but yeah, it doesn't look like I'm using it. So, all right, now, well, I have the line of Archmage Charm stealing the Germ, which seems very good. Remember, they got Batter School. I can still play Expressive Iteration first, but do I want to though? I might not want to, because then I connect to a Ragavan and I can cast a card off of Ragavan. Yeah, it's just better if I attack here. Kick things off by attacking here. Yeah, you gain control of the Germ and the Batter School. That can just, of course, bounce the Batter School back and you lose the Germ, but still, that was a powerful combat trick and tempo play. Plus, if every time you do this, like you connect with Ragavan, you have 1 treasure and you have the shot at something big. Oh, wow. But man, that's fine with me. Trading and they violate the skull. That's fine. Now, I have the decision of going Expressive Iteration, but I don't think I want to, actually. I think what I'm not doing here is just tap lane go. Just tap lane go, it's what I like to do here. Leaving up the charm. If they go to combat, I'll attempt to steal the Germ. They can bounce the Butter, so of course afterwards. I'm happy with the exchange there. Honestly, I'm just taking. No, I'm not taking 4. Gain control of this thing. Then they can bounce this whenever they want. Yeah, that's fine too. Charming Prince. Sure. Okay, let's take things off with an expressive iteration. I wanted to cast it with open mana. Okay, now I can get Regenting and cast the Annuli on the Charming Prince and cast the Regent. Or I can dash a Ragavan. That might be better actually. It might be better. So I want to be able to just get him a card. Solitude. Sure. I could have cast the Regent, but Regent just dies to removal. I mean, I know it's a stupid sentence, but that's actually what happens. Oh wow, Kalau's Blood Mage. Does this exile my graveyard? It does. Alright, mark that Regent to not good anymore, unfortunately. Dashing this Ragavan. Let's see what happens here. Okay, trade. Cool. I think I'm just casting a Ragavan now. No, I'll just prefer dashing to play around a prismatic ending. I mean, now in the hindsight, I wish I cast this. Malakir Meyer. Sorry, card. Actually, let me draw a card with Fiery Outlet first. Because I could draw a counter spell to protect my Ragavan. So I'm dashing this monkey again. Let's see what it goes. Alright. Passing the turn, monkey comes back. They don't return the bottom, still interesting. They play Chalice on 1. Wrong. I assume they couldn't have it because of all the ephemerate and etc. But yeah, that was wrong. Testing 5 mana 3/3 here. Actually, I might just burn this all to just. Yeah, I think I'm burning everything to just increase my regent and just go all in. Burning my hands. Make it a 4/4 to have a 3-turn clock. But remember, even if you dash Ragavan, it still costs 1, so Chalice still gets it. Five of the Eye Tyrant. That's a strange card. Damn. I think I'm giving up. The big regrets of not having cast the Murktide when I had the chance. I just wanted to play around a little bit more like removal spell, getting some value with Ragavan, maybe like calling a removal spell on the Ragavan instead of on the Murktide. It didn't go well. This is a matchup where I wish I had chased my sculpture for sure. You maybe be in better shape. Anyway, I'm on the play with Ragavan here. This is definitely the play if you're on the play. Going down in the story. That's a cool card. Yeah, I could definitely have it in his story. Alright. Turn 1 Ragavan. I'll just put your opponent on the spot. Do you have it? Yeah, the prismatic ending, the bold, the only eat, whatnot. You do. Fine. Let's move on now. That's kind of the phase of Ragavan in Modern. Either dying or just flipping a spell you can't cast. not as good as that. I don't think it's worth the 100 ticks in Modern. It does in Legacy and Vintage, but Modern's fine. Okay, I'm just going for double Thought Scour. I get Thought Scour main phase to hit like a Ragavan, but at this point, I feel like I prefer just leaving mana up for removal on their Ragavan dash. Looks like a very good mirror match here. Both of us leading with the same land. It's no Carter to one though. Hoover. Let's see how it is Scry. If it's Scry 2 on top, I can definitely thought scour them. With the, I mean, it's important that your Murktide goes away of let's grab both on the bottom. It's important the Murktide goes away of Anoli Heath Delirium range. So it needs to be at least a 7/7. It probably 1 mana. Alright, I am going for, I want to say Island. I just double thought scour myself, hoping to mill as many spells as possible. Because I need to put a lot of spells in the graveyard for Murktide. Did I do it? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 spell. Alright, that's enough. That's enough to go away off Anoli Heath range. Yeah. Alright, let's go for it. I'm exiling all my spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm casting a Ragavan. If this Ragavan hits a removal spell, it's good. It means that it will not maybe double removal spell my Murktide. And I have a third one in hand that I can dash for later. I made a mistake. I should have delved away a creature, not a land. Because of delirium purposes. That was a slight mistake that I made. Alright, they delved away 2 lands, 2 spells, by the way. They can cast a Murktide that's bigger than mine because they have 5 spells in the graveyard. And they don't have Delirium, so we will see how this goes. They cast a Ragavan. And a Murktide, looks like. Very good mirror match. Unfortunately, their Murktide is bigger than mine, so opponent's slightly ahead here. Draw. Archmage Charm. I'm just going to draw 2 cards. No land drop. Yeah, definitely missing that. Like, exiling the land's huge. Now, with a sorcery, I'm not able to annul the Heath already. I hope that I can find either a fetch land in my draw step or a land with the Surveil to then annul the Heath both does. But we'll see. I mean, the game is still open. I feel like that tiny mistake of exiling a land over a creature just because I was clicking the button there. Didn't really think about it. Alright, so put an exile the Dragon Channel with Express Iteration. I cast it. Montor will. I have a policy here to ban the banners. Discussion about ban are very boring. I hate them, and I hate the people that make them. Alright. Puna with this attack, interesting. I'm definitely taking this. I don't want to chum block. And I don't want to block this because it means to me that they have an Holy Heath, so I just let him have it. They could have gone like I could have blocked the Ragavan, but then like the Ragavan is the 4th type to make this Delirious for the Unholy Heath to kill my Regent. Anyway, let's draw. Hopefully it's a fetch land. Boom. It's not. It is not. Well, I can go. Can I win this brace ever? It's tough. But I guess I could. This game is super hard, and I feel like. Alright, I'll do this. I'll go Dragon's Rage Channeler or Serum Visions. Hoping to draw land first. This is a 1/1, but when the Serum Vision and hopefully a fetch land goes there, it'll be a 3/3. If I don't get Delirium, it'll still be impossible for me to win. So, alright, this is the 4th Ragavan. I don't want it. Draw with Visions. Mishra's Bubble. Okay, this is also a 4th type, so that's fine. Not the best, but that's fine. I want these cards. I need a 4th land here. So I'll play the bubble and I'll surveil again. Actually, I forgot about that. Alright, I don't want this too. Get bubbles there. And now I think I'm passing because I have to block with a Regent, the Dragon's Rage, and with the Dragon's Rage, the Murktide. Then I can only hit the Murktide, and they will only hit my region, so we're kind of like squaring off again next turn. But I'm on the back foot, so I don't think I can attack here. Yes, Shark, I've said it 5 times at this point. will not crack the bubble because I don't. This is weird. Whenever I have Dragon's Red Channeler, I kind of like to top cover my opponent because the surveillance is useless. One turn with by. Fine, I'll let you attack. That has to attack. Now in combat, I'll make sure to bubble my opponent. They have an Archmage Charm on top. And I can go to the block phase, where I go like this. Super difficult though. Because if they counter my Anoli Heap. But I have Archmage Charm. Yeah, I mean, I have to do this. Yeah, this deck is very popular. You could say it's the best deck in Modern. Okay. So we have both threats that die to Anoli Heath. Yep. That dies. Let's say they're playing a new Murktide, which is attempting to increase this one. Of how many? Of 3. Alright. And I'm all in here. If they have a counter spell, I lose the game. Okay, looks like they don't. So they just have a 6/6 now, meaning that if I draw another Anoli Heath, I'm able to take it down. Ooh, I draw my own region, which is definitely bigger than theirs. They have an Archmage Charm on top. Okay, I think I'll kick things off by bubbling myself. If I see an Anoli Heath, I'm playing Iteration. Or if I see a land, for example. What do I see? Snapcaster Mage. Okay, that's good. That's good. That means that I can go Snapcaster and only hit my opponent's upkeep before. Actually, they're gonna crack the Fairy Islet, haha, and draw the Archmage Charm in my end step. So I'm not able to get to the Archmage to the Snapcaster before they are. Yeah, you got it, right? You got a point. Okay, then I think I'm just going to do this simply. And hope they don't have aspetta un attimo, do I have not? I need 4 spells in my graveyard. Do I have not 4 spells? Una, due, tre. That's only 3 spells in my graveyard? Wow, that's wild. Go like Lightning Bolt face. That's not good. Well, I can't risk it all and go Iteration first. I just need a land or an Anoli Heath. Yeah, I think I'm risking it all. I'm on the back foot here, and I don't want to pull my opponent face here. I don't think it's a reasonable play. I'd rather just risk this here. I failed. I failed, and I'll probably lose the game now because I failed. Thank you, Manosis86. Welcome to the stream. As I am going to lose to Stormcount 10 in the mirror match. And the advantage is definitely big in this game. Thank you for the sub. I'm drawing 2 cards now with 2 bubbles. But that's not going to get me anywhere. That's probably kind of as a tap land. That's the event's on tap, but opponent knocks me down 3, so I'm down to bolt here. I know they have Archmage Charm on top. It's just impossible for me to get there, I think. Much too super skill intensive. I feel like the losses came to inexperience on my side. But well done game here. Thank you again, Menoses. First sub of the week. Oh, all the lands I wanted. Alright. Dashin or Ragavan. Maybe they like Archmage Charm this. And I'm able to go Murktide Regent. They have only lands in it, which they clearly don't, because they missed the land grab. Alright. Cool game. Now, mirror match. How do we sideboard? I won the disputes for sure. What else? Do I want to Soul Gate Lantern? I don't think so. It might actually. It's weird, because like, of course they're reasonable, but they. I guess they do Deliria and stuff. Well, disputes is a must. I think a counterspell is good. You're going to play, you don't want to get a Ragavan, although you saw how bad it was later in the game. Take out explosives, and I'll take out. These are like the two. Nah, this is good in your All Cyber game for sure. I don't think I've made Charm. Just taking control of the Dragon's Rechannel is huge. You might want to throw him on Ragavans, actually, though. On the play, it seems weird. I don't think you should do it now. I'm throwing on certain visions. I need to wait the card to cut, but you might be in a spot where you just don't really have the time to play a cantrip. Plus, certain visions kind of awkward with the opponent with 4 Thought Scour in the deck. Yeah, I like this hand. Maybe I like this hand because it doesn't have any one red or creature. Maybe that's the way to go. You just carry Ragavans in the mirror match. I feel like, trying to figure out exactly the mirror match configuration for the sideboard. That's pretty good. He's playing two of the best card. I just forgot recently printed Expressive Iteration. People call this card Treasure Cruise. It hasn't actually, it's not that far off. Later in the game, it's very close to a draw 3 because you don't need lands and you often get a land in the top 3, so you just actually pay 2 mana and you draw 2 of the best 3 cards on the top of your deck. Well, I'll put him out again to 5. I'm not going to lose this game, I'll tell you. Draw that Scour and draw 2 good cards. I'm keeping both of these. And if the opponent Todd Scour me, it's not like the biggest of the deals. But I'm gonna draw. Alright, yeah, bubble. Let's see. Bubble. I need to open the chat up. Box up. They bubbled the themselves. Okay. Alright, so opponent went for the Soul Lantern Cyber plan. Interesting. Curious to see how that plans out for them. Take out Dasher Ragavan here. It's pretty nice to just get a treasure. Plus, you can always mise a 1 red drop from the top of your opponent's deck. Not sure if I get a Ragavan what I do, but we'll see. Probably nothing. Oh wow, that's nice. Nice indeed. How about bottom both? I go to 7 cards. Deckfoot was in the play, so I don't have to go to discard. Curve this way out on draw, you're going to discard. Okay, they leave up mana this time, but here we can't go iteration because obvious reasons. I feel like I should just fetch and tap. Sorry, Shockland and tap pass. So I'll scar myself on the turn. I'm assuming they cycle this, and then I have counterspell off if they cast iteration. I don't want to go iteration here, of course. And I don't want to go Ragavan because. Alright, so opponent didn't crack this. Interesting. They cast that. I think I'm counterspelling. Basically, I was up to counterspelling anything there. I left the mana up. I'm not going to discard myself. Maybe I need to keep those cards and put in as a lantern. But I feel like Tormos crit me, I don't mind. It's not that you have to cast this card as soon as possible or it disappears from your hand. I just saw game 1, the game ended on turn like 8 or 9, so. Alright, also I milled 3 spells. Usually, alright, sure, cool, that's fine, you Tormos crit me. We're 3 cards against 8, 7. I feel good about this game. Alright, let's do this. I'll go iteration first. Hoping to wait a land so I can dash a Ragavan. I need the counter, so be it. Then goes Power Bluff Cannel. I'll cast a Ragavan now. I cast a Regent, it's just a 6/6, so if I get to Delirium between the Specs of Iteration and the Ragavan, I'm fine. In the hindsight, I regret having bottomed the second Thought Scour with them having this in play. Still unclear how good this is, honestly. Okay, they exiled the lightning bolt and drew another card. At 3 cards, draw. And I'll cast the iteration first thing I do. There, draw. The more of this, the better. I don't think I want the land, so I'm just I'll get the lightning bolt in hand, bottom, exile zone, and I'll dash a Ragavan here. Just dash it. Just dash it. You definitely use the treasure. And again, I might just get lucky and get like a bubble or a 1-drop. I'm very lucky this game, of course, with a Ragavan hit. But it happens, and you just always cast it, never dash it, let your opponent kill it. You'll never get lucky. It's like same thing with the parking. If you always park far away from the target, you never get to park in front of the target, right? That's the same thing with Ragavan. Plus, often just the treasure does a big value there. Like my hand is 6 spells and I have iteration, so I definitely need all the money in the world. Alright, they're gonna cast a large Murktide, which still can bring them back to the game for sure. But I have Dragon's Red Channeler, so I'm hoping to get to an Elite plus Gold next turn. But the matchup definitely relies around that. The Murktide region. The deck is called It's a Murktide. It's not called It's a Dragon's Red Channeler. It's a Ragavan. Or at least how I code this deck. It's a Murktide. This is the best card of the deck. Alright, I have to decide whether I want to make it an 8-8 or keep Delirium up. I think they're making an 8-8 here, sure. Okay. I'll take a draw. Could have surveilled an upkeep, but I'm looking to cast Expressive Iteration first. Alright, land is good. Land means that I'm able to kill the Murktide without doing any shenanigans. Yeah, I actually like to do that. I'll just do that. I just go bold. One second, my mom is calling me. Alright, Sara is muted. Never mind. I forgot to unmute myself, but I'm back. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, let's go annoy heat this guy and it should be fine. Second annoy heat on top, sure. I'm also bolting this one. They can't really cast another Murktide after that. Yeah, this game is mine. Sorry for the little mute thing. So, how was the Soga Lantern? Pretty bad. Huh? Wasn't it? It was pretty bad. Of course, they mulligan to 5. I kept 7. I hit 2 with Ragavan, so I was going to win this game regardless, but it was not good. You can't say it was good. Sure, it delayed my Murktide, but it's not that it's not a rest in peace, you know? The void. Alright. I have to go to the bathroom. Be back in a minute and we cyber for game 3. On the draw for game 3, I think I'll at least cut a monkey for certain visions for sure. Question if I should count more monkeys. Last stream good. Alright, let's try this sideboard of like keeping only one monkey on the draw and having Flash of Storm as well as counter so Army Charm and Dispute. Kind of going all in on counters on the draw. On the play I still think monkey is good. Make them have it. In heavy hand, I'm keeping this. Thank God no monkey, but I can't really mulligan every hand that doesn't have a turn one removal spell. Or I guess it can, but it didn't. Let's see how they surveil. Bottom both. Finish first bubble. Bubble, alright. But I see my top card. The Dragon's Red Channeler, which goes directly into play. Alright, Mishra's bubble. Team Vents tapped. Alright, cool. One is not very threatening with their start. Not very threatening with my start either, honestly. I'll just attack. I'm considering playing a top land here. But I guess I don't mind bluffing. Alright, looks like they're both in this. Alright, at this point, I'll yeah, I'll just mill myself. So the thing is that if you top carry yourself, you just mill in 4. Sorry, mill in 3, draw a card. If you top carry your opponent, you can like basically surveil. I basically opt. It's risky, but I have a Zap Caster in my deck, so maybe I don't mind milling myself for 4. But I also wanna look for. I think I'll carry yourself. Yeah, I'm looking for like a Storm or a Mystical Dispute, so I'm actually just. Yeah, alright. That's a bolt on top. We don't want to draw it. Yeah, I guess it's better than most other cards. I could also Tuskar myself and just get lucky and get Delirium, but yeah, it's unrealistic. And have the bolt because they dash the Ragavan. Alright. That's no expressive iteration, that's a good news. Obviously, milling that means that I can cast a large Murktide. They might play pretty bad in this spot. Actually, you can't get Delirium because I'm only milling 3, so it was impossible for me to get Delirium off of one single Thought Scour. I'm maximum milling 3. Alright. I'll be drawing 2 cards with this charm. There's so much to learn about this deck. I love it. I love that in Magic, it doesn't matter how many years of Magic you've been playing for, you still have to learn every time. Every time they make a new set, every time they make a new format, you have to learn. Beautiful. Anyway, I'm missing a sorcery here, or a bubble, perfect. I bubble myself. What did I bubble myself for? Dragon's Rechannel on a draw? Sure. So I'll just go Island. Make my opponent's upkeep. I'll only hit the guy plus Arcane Charm. Thank you, but Shaper, Sweet 16. Thank you for the 16 month sub. I appreciate the support. Alright, despite my opponent might have a counter, like an Arcane Charm as a counter, I think I'm still fine. I want to make them cast it in their turn. Thank you, Best Shaper. I really appreciate a long time support. By all the changes. Alright, now I feel like I should change. Now I feel like I should act now. So I'll go for a Nully Heat now. Now they can't cast a counter spell. I think it's a big deal. Oh wow, a Fluster Storm! This match has been a very humbling experience, honestly. I have learned a lot. Well played, well played. I mean, I even have this in my deck. I just didn't think about it. All right, so I draw the Arcane chart, the Dragon of the Channeler. I'll attempt to charm the second Murktide. You can definitely go back to this game and see like all the things you should and should not do in a game of Izzet Murktide mirror match here. At the 9/9 still dies to Bolt plus Anoli though. Not sure again. Sure. Please don't steal my Anoli. I need it. I need it. I need it very much. Anoli. Wow, I top decked it. Crazy. Oh, I'm dead on board. They just dash Ragavan and I die. I don't have Mountain to cast this. Good game, though. Good game. You can definitely, as I said, go back to all the little things that I could have done, like upkeep. Definitely upkeep the Anoli Heath as I wanted to do. And yeah, just don't Toscar your opponent. You might miss on the Surveil, but you can get the random Delirium or just mostly just not fuel their Murktide. Just let them cast Toscar target themselves. Oh, opponent's playing Giganta Wellspring. Okay, cool. My hand is levels a spell, so that's a key for me. Not a single fetchion's weird, but that's okay. What do you think about Farce and Negation? I don't think it's good. There's no combo decks like in Legacy where you just don't even play that in Legacy too. GG's, Mr. Snuff. Snuff. It was a very good game. You played very well. I honestly, well, Murktide is obviously a messed up card, but I honestly don't know why you couldn't. Oh, what play against Affinity? Love it. Okay, cool. I'm a big fan of Affinity. Kick things off with a Ragavan here. Yeah, I want to kick things off with a Ragavan. Especially having Lion Bolt. They don't have Mem Knight, or would have played it. I'll crack the bubble. A monitor is a very important card for your deck. One that I don't love to see on top of your deck, but that's okay. Now that I have the Ragavan, I want to really explore a lot of this deck, and I don't know. I don't know if the blue shell is there. We'll see. I mean, I'm just at the beginning right now. But... I am not Mercury. White gives you Path to Exile to deal with this card. This is definitely the card that I think kind of keeping Modern down. Oh, wow. What's this? Wow. Lag Fiend. I've never seen this card in my life. It's very hard to not see card in my life at this point of my career, but I swear I've never seen this Lag Fiend in my life. This is the first time I see this card. It's a rare from New Pyrexia. I said remember from broken cards like Jackson Probe, Mantle Misstep, Lag Fiend. Alright, Ragavan is connecting, which I love to see. A Froggy! Oh, Froggy. I love you, but unfortunately it costs too much for me. It costs 3. It's not that much. It's still 3, though. Alright, let's go Serum Visions now. Love Froggy. Alright, Armate Charms and Upcaster Mage. Second Murktide region, not great. Well, these cards are good, of course. But I think I don't want any of them. I mean, I certainly don't want the Snapcaster Mage. Nah, I don't want any of them. What about playing Delver of Secrets? This is not very good card. Could have Ponder or Brainstorm. It's very hard to make it work. Oh, wow, Affinity, Artifact Land Cycling. Sure, look at that Lag Fiend getting bigger. It's a 3/3 already if they cast it. And they got a Treasure Board and a Shriek Core, and our opponent deck's wild. Opponent deck is wild, let me tell you. I've seen wild deck, but Shriek Core and Slag Fiend and Ornithopter in the same deck is definitely something. It's mirrored and besieged. Only thing this card in my life in Reg. Probably didn't even know this card existed before they banned Fadeless Looting. Anyway, I got a Scalding Charm, meaning that let's just begin with an iteration here. Yes, or maybe just begin with an attack actually. Let's begin with an attack actually. What's the art icon? What do you mean? This? It's a companion. It's a companion. They have a Giganta Wellspring up here. Never has never been good in Modern though. Oh wow, Exalt Insurance Bubble. Very lucky. Well, I'll begin with the Murktide sorry, with the iteration first. Then I'll cast this, but maybe I'll get like a Breaker's Rechanneler. Well, two Breaker's Rechanneler. I'll cast one though, because I have to cast Murktide, right? I have to fetch two. That's the fifth card. Because the bubble is there, so it's not gonna go in my graveyard. If it's Team Vans, I'll play Dragon's Rechanneler. I'll play Bubble Scry. Or Surveil. Land, and it's gonna go in the graveyard. I have the Murktide with the two treasures from Ragavan. And I'll delve, what do I want to keep? I'm definitely the spells. I guess I'll keep the bubble. This is their bubble, remember. I'll need to crack it now. I'm passing the turn. Alright, opponent conceded. This is turn 3, by the way, yeah? This that just happened was turn 3. Alright, next pretty good in Solitary. Now, bring in a Braid, I'll bring in the explosives. Take it out, the classic counter spell. Probably enough caster mage. Maybe one Ragavan. Opponent's probably playing Mem Knight, so I guess I need to take on more Ragavans, at least 2. That's it. Kozilek's return, is it good? I mean, that Frog Mic, Top Monitor, and etc. No, I think that's fine. Let's go with this. Oof. Buongiorno, people. Alright, we have the bubble plus dot scour to look for lands. Basically, you measure this bubble yourself on turn 1. Then, if you see a land, you just draw on your opponent after keeping it Tuskar on your opponent turn. If you see a bad card, it can Tuskar you immediately, so you mill that. Tuskar kind of replacing a fetch land in that spot. But of course, if the opponent has to play something that we have to kill, we also have that option available. Double Charm might be clunky. Maybe in this matchup, Counterspell is better than Charm. Let's see. Anyway. We're playing that like weird affinity deck. Lockwood Bridge. No Mem Knights. No Ornithopter. No Bubble. Yeah, so let's kick things off by bubbling ourselves. I still want the third land here. Let's see what there is. Another bubble. Do I mind? Drawing another bubble? Not great. It's not great, but I honestly don't mind. You could draw a fetchland and then have the fetchland bubble thing, so yeah, I don't mind drawing a bubble. Plus, this leaves me mana up in case they cast, I don't know, like a Frogmite. Pay 2 for a Frogmite, I kill it. I kill it. Yeah, Sphere, sure. Doctor, that's 4 artifacts. Froggy for free. Froggy for free. Alright, close Exeter is safe in the cyber right now. Do I attempt killing those guys? Yeah, sure. I have more bull. I have sorry. I keep the Thought Scar for the bubble next turn again. I should bubble myself and see what up. And probably just Steam Vents and MTGO. Look for a land here. Let's see what there is. Thought Scour. Well, that one's not ideal. I think I will Thought Scour myself this time around. Plus that's a spell in the graveyard for Murktide. Okay, I will leave up mana. And pass the turn for a Bolt. In case they equip. They have 5 mana, so they could cast. If they have a blue mana, they can cast the Top Monitor already, and that's gonna be hard to deal with. Alright, that's a 6 artifact, so lots of I guess I was supposed to use Anoli Hit there, but Bolt. They can even correct does make a treasure to cast to get the blue mana. Looks like they're just keeping the spear though. I'll let them do it because they have Bolt. They have 1 card left only. This will get them the second. I got very lucky that they haven't drawn any Urza Saga yet. Weird. I just kill things. And play a land that pass with Mark my charm up. Playing around Ragavan, that's not bad. I keep up my counter to Death Sojourner's Companion or stuff like that. And if nothing happens, I can steal something like the Shutter Spear. Or probably just draw 2 cards, but we'll see. Stealing now? Nah. Alright, Emery is a good card. I'm countering Emery. I had a removal spell, I wouldn't have done it, but considering I don't have it, I might risk it and let the Emery resolve and draw 2 cards and then go channel a certain visions. You know what? I'm risking it here. I think that this charm can do better than just countering that. What did I do? Oh, they got Giganta back to their hand. So they have their companion in hand now. Just draw 2 cards. I have a lot of good cards in my deck. And I could draw them. Kick things off with an expressive iteration. Not great. I think I can cast whatever they want. I'll just play a large Murktide. I'll hand bottom dial. You guys might not add so many cards to the deck. You know you have to play on the 60. Alright, how many cards are we exiling? All of them? Sure. Yeah, I don't mind. I'll still keep the Delirium up, and this is an 8/8 for 2. At that point, I can flashback something with Emery. That's fine. I want to deploy my game plan. I think that was better. Yeah. Add more cards. No worries. You can play all the cards you want. Delver, Thing in the Eyes, Force Upcaster. Put them all in. Squander card, yeah. Alright, so they go Emery, taking back the bubble, sure. Explosives. I think I'll kick things off with Channeler plus Serum Visions. Channeler plus Serum Visions. I got another island. There's only 1 land left. Surveil. This is very powerful, this combination. Ooh, Ragavan. Huh. Now. Looking for like a bold for this Emery. Failed to do so. Find another Murktide. Oh, that's pretty big. I want to pick it up or just bottom it. I guess I don't mind picking it up. And I'm just attacking. If they chum block, I'm fine. And I keep up my Archmage Charm if something nasty happens. Wow, they take 8. 4 cards. Alright. Yeah, that's what I was worried of. Top monitor, because they have the Emery. I can't really counter this. And that's if they don't go too much off right now. If you counter this, they just recast it with the Emerys. Definitely weird choice to not counter the Emery. I was looking for a removal spell, it just failed to do so. I only found more stuff. Never found any removal spell, which is weird. Alright, I'm milling your. Ooh, I can cast Sojourner's Companion now with the Emery. Sojourner's Companion doesn't fly though, and they do have 11 damage in the air. If I kill this, because I can like, if I can give this trample, is that worth it? Gain 9 life though. I have a 4/4 for pretty sure. What do I want to do with this? I'll just draw 2 more cards. Just looking for removal spell does explosive skills does 12 damage. Sure, Mem Knight. Slag Fiend, that's a 1 mana 9/9. Okay. Steel Shadow, that's doesn't give me the win. Turn 2 cards, 1 removal spell kills my opponent here. Risky of what though? What can they have? Just gonna move the sword, I'm assuming here. Sure. That still dies to any removal spell I have. Again, just run 2 cards. They don't have 2 flyers, and explosive skills the 0 drop. Yeah, looking for fun enough, I don't want this. And oh, this I knew this was on top? Maybe. If I knew this was on top, then I should have stealed this Shadow Spear. That would have pumped the other one. Alright, that's a bolt, so that's lethal. I'm gonna bolt this Thoughts Monitor. It was about time to find a removal. Okay, so that's dead. Then I'll play explosives. Wild decks have played in this league today. But then again, it's modern. Made of very many wild decks. Okay, I'll purchase 50 match of this league. We're 2-2, lost to Black White Ephemerate and the Mirror Match. The Mirror Match is definitely the most learning lesson of today. Lurus of the Dream Den. Okay, cool. I haven't played against Lurus Avatar yet, so maybe Lurus Companion yet. Hand's nice. You don't hear the water azimuth anymore. I guess that with this filter, so the microphone has a pretty big filter to take out the noise from the air conditioning. I guess it takes out the water sound as well. Yeah, it's a Boro. Ooh, is this mill? Are they milling me? Yeah, Magical Line is definitely very hard program to both learn and play and everything else. Setting it up is not hard, but yeah, just familiarizing with it is very, very hard. It's very important to kill those things. It might not be right for them to cast it on turn 1, really. Just like, if you cast it on turn 2, you have, you don't give your opponent priority, you mill them. Alright, we have islands in our deck, and our opponent doesn't really have, doesn't really, oh, wow. Wow. Oh, you got me. Cool, you got me. No more bolts for Mango. Okay, surgical extraction. Fun's favorite. The passive 4 cards in end. Ooh, a Ragavan. I'm gonna dash that and then play Dragon's Rage Channeler. Big fan of dashing Ragavan here. Doing 2 damage. As well as, of course, you know, it could flip Serum Visions and stuff like that. Just get card advantage. We can flip like a surgical. I don't know. I can use Laughter, milling, exiling 12 cards. Ooh, Murktide Regent. Pretty good against this card here. Haha. That's 7 mana. They only mill 12 cards. Card can mill way more than that. I guess I got lucky. Alright. Let's begin with alright, Siemens is here, but I have another one, so let's begin by fetching for another Siemens. Again, life total isn't the problem as mill. I'm taking all the damage I can. And then I'm playing Serum Visions for sure. Because I can randomly... Alright, yeah, that's perfect. So, that's going to my graveyard. Archmage Charm Explosives. Well, I don't want this. Funnily enough, I kind of want to... Oh, yeah, so... I'm bottoming the explosives, topping this. Now, what do we do? If I dash a Ragavan, I still can cast the Visions post combo. Yeah, I'm doing that. I can annully heat the. No, no, no. That doesn't matter. Yeah. So I definitely want to draw the Archmage Charm. So I have to play certain visions, or my opponent can mill it. I have to make a treasure, and then correct the treasure to play certain visions. I will waste the Surveil, because of course I want to draw the Archmage Charm. That's a counter spell against the mill deck. So I'll top this Archmage Charm, draw it with the visions, and then well, I'll bottom these. Even for the Tasha's Iju's Laughter, you don't want to have zero drops on top of your deck if they want to Tasha's Iju's Laughter you. Burning Crab, sure. Oh, Polluted Delta and Field of Rams me at least 9 cards. I'm just F6 in here. I have 2 cards in hand. I have 28 cards in the deck. It's not that many. But next turn I'll be able to have Archmage Charm up as I attack with my cards. I have no Dreads in this sideboard. I have also an island left in my deck. It should be at the bottom too. Yeah, it should be at the bottom of my deck. Kind of safe. Yeah, so they do that. So I'll take my last island. Opponent mills me for 3. I get a 21 card. I still have 1 Murktide Regent. Okay, the Archive trapped me, so I have 8 cards left. I only have 8 cards left. I think we can do this. Alright, that's not a good one. Alright, let's begin by annully heating your Ruin Crab there. I'll leave everything on top. I can't afford to exile the card. I can't really go Ragavan, unfortunately, because I have to keep up Archmage Charm. So I just put you to 9. I'm still on 7 cards in my deck. Not that many, but we can do that. I have 2 cards. Ooh, Field of Ruin again. Hey, what? 5? What are you doing? 5? What's that? I drop our cast. They have 1 card in hand. I'm going to just counter or whatever. I have 7 cards in my deck. Into the story. Counter target spell. Unfortunately, there's like this bad card on top of my deck. Do I want to bottom this? I can check what I have left. How many bolts I have left? Actually, they're surgical damn, so I have no more bolts. How many counterspell I have left? If I want to just want to dig. 2 counterspell gone. Archmage Charm. Welcome everyone. There's one Archmage Charm in my deck. Cedric, thank you for the raid, my friend. Welcome. Hello, everybody from your stream. We're playing Blue-Red Murktide against Mill, and I have 7 cards. And I'm about to Surveil here. I think I can just risk it all and graveyard this. I feel like if I draw an Archmage Charm, it's better than just keep the cards in there, because they definitely mill me for bigger chunk than 6. Anyway, let me give a shout out to Cedric. No, I misclicked. Alright. There it is. Well, upkeep. I'm going to Tuscari you. As a result, I'll be able to surveil explosives in the graveyard. Draw down to 4 cards. Yeah, I think it's fine. Draw. I need to draw Archmage Charm now, though. Failed. Alright, then. I'll attack and hope you fail to draw something relevant. You would have drawn an Archite Trap, so that's not bad. Alright, hope you draw land. Actually, do I die even to a land? Oh my. No, I don't die to a land. What am I talking about? Sure. They can't get back Lurrus. Lurrus is an exiled one. They have 0 cards in here right now. Yeah, if they draw land, they win. They have 3 cards in my deck. I definitely played it in a risky way. Now I died to both the Ruin Crab and Edron Crab. But I wouldn't have died if I'd drawn the Archmage Charm there. Because I have 1 left. They played Sheldock Isle. Well, that's game over. Full game. Full game. Barely won with 3 cards in the deck. I got lucky that Tasha's he used Laughter exiled to Murktide region, so they only exile me 12 cards with this card here. This card can definitely exile way more than 12. Yep, that's it. I'm gonna say that dashing Ragavan a turn where it could have cast it instead of dashed it gave me one extra turn. Because thanks to that, I was able to. Thanks to that, I was able to kill my opponent now. Instead, if I just cast there, I don't. Because I've always dashed this, I think. Alright, good game. Okay, now let's bring it. Plus Storm, Mystical Dispute. I don't know about Soga Lantern, but we'll see. I like explosives. Bolted and Holy Heat, they do kill their little thing, but they're not that good. They do kill the creature. The creature with the mill. Let's go with this one, I guess. Bring in just some extra counters. Is Surgical that common in sideboards? Well, I'm putting at the main deck because they're playing mill. No, Surgical isn't common in Modern. It's common in Legacy, though. Strong end. This is our last league, last match of the first league. I'll run back a second league immediately here. Get better with this deck. Let's go. Keep 7. I got my Regamins. Dark Look, sure. One drop. To cast the one drop, I'm not casting Regamin. They bolt it, but if they don't, well, then that's a nimble pulver coming down. I don't care if you fatal push it. This card is really good against them. Okay, they cycle the visions from beyond, sure. Yeah, you can say the new Pyrex I had a lot of quote unquote mistakes, but they really wanted to push it the set, I guess. Probably one of the most pushed set of Magic's history. Okay, Shelly D exiles a card. Shelly D pretty nice in queue, but in constructed you can only play this card if you play like Doomsday or if you play Mill. But definitely a very, very nice hideaway land that stand the test of time. Fine, so Galanter. This is for like a Kozilek or stuff like that, but not bothering me much. Connecting with Ragavan is always a pleasure. Let's go. Let's go with take here. Attaches it to the left. I'm not casting it. I don't care about milling your deck. I'm just going land go here probably. Yeah. I guess I could thought scour myself, but I mean, what am I looking for really? Dragon's Rechana is the only one I think of. And this way I can like bolt a creature in response to something, pay for, I don't know. Okay. Ruin. 2 blue. They got Tasha's he use laughter. Oh wow, they do that. Sure, now I'm able to go bolts, not bolt. Let me flow red. I guess that's Soga Lantern. I'm still going bolts, not bolt though. I don't care about Soga Lantern. If they change phase, I'll bolt phase. Alright, their kite trap me. I think I'm gonna bolt not bolt now so that they don't, if they want to Soga Lantern me, that's fine, but they don't exile everything I have. Just the bolt with the lantern. I could tell me to look for a counter spell, but this is just 13 cards. Even if they have 2, it's just 16 cards. 26 cards. I don't think this deck can Cyber Blood Moon against that, no. Okay, it is surgical. Weird. No, it's actually not that weird. Okay, so you surgical my lightning bolt. That resolves. Yeah, Modern Sparkle. It has 17 years of printing. That's good powerful. Alright, so once again, my bolts are exiled, just like the previous game. And now I'm casting just a raw Snapcaster like that. Resolving before the Archive Trap. But that's fine. Remember the first Proto decks? Yeah, they were way more powerful than now. They banned like 20 cards after. Alright, so mill 13. And I mill 26. I'll open 2 raws because I still have Murktide. Probably exile this. Yeah, so they exile my graveyard. Okay. By graveyard. It's being real. And now, no need to tell scour myself with the treasure, just untap. I always do it whenever I want. Don't end the turn crack treasure with an instant speed card. Okay, now let's first attack with both. They go to 9 here. I don't have any more bolts, but still. Crypt Incursion. Okay. Raven's not great against them, but I mean, sure, it's still fine. Well, let's see what I have in Exile Zone. How many counters I have? I have 1 Arcmage Charm of 3. I have 2 counters full of 2. I have 1 Dismissible Speed of 2. 1 full system of 2. So I have still plenty of counters. I could also just talk Scour myself or Murktide. I don't really want to Scour myself, though. It doesn't seem like... Alright, let's do this. Let me cast some Visions first. Ooh, Arcmage Charm. Nice. So I'll bottom this, top this. Now, I'll play Land Thought Scour you. I really want to draw in Arcmage Charm here. Archive Trap Darkness. Funny. Alright, then I pass with my Arcmage Charm up. Yeah. I don't have a 3-turn clock. Sorry, I don't have a 2-turn clock because I can't dash another Regavan and I don't have any more bolts. They can activate this Sheldock Eye also. I can easily see myself losing despite the charm. Yeah, Darkness. It's from the Legends. Time shifted in Time Spiral and never reprinted after that. But Darkness is a card originally printed in the Legends. I mean, Holy Light, Holy Day. Sorry, Holy Day. So Fog was printed in Alphabet Unlimited, and then you have Holy Day and Darkness in the Legends. You also have Festival in the Dark, which is similar. I don't know what's the best near kicks. I'm not sure if Holiday is from the Legends. I think it is, but I prefer to get confirmation. I hate that the actual Gatherer is worse than Scryfall, by the way. Yeah, from the Legends. Yeah. President Invasion, and then a bunch of sets. All right, so you're cycling milling me for 4. That's cool. All right, Mystically Spew went away. Hello, Poltrick. Pretty great what happened yesterday. Italy won 2 gold medal in 2 very important sports. I loved it. I'm watching a lot of Olympics lately. Alright, so they're casting the Shelly D card. What is it? Kite Trap. Well, kind of right, unless I'm dead. I still have a couple of counters in my deck. I have 1 Fluster from 1 Arcmage Charm. Oh, expressive iteration. And I put in fetch, so it went down to 8. Meaning that I don't need to cast this Regent. So let's just go for iteration first. Looking for one of those cantrip. Of a counter, I mean. There it is. That's a Flusterstorm. Good. So I'll put this in my hand. Bottom Exile Zone. And now I'll attack. You go to 4. See what does the Regavan do. We exile the Visions of Behon. Wow. Because if I draw a card, if a player has 20 or more cards in it, you draw 3 instead. Alright. Well, I have to keep up this Philosopher's Storm. I guess I'm casting a Thought Scour on my opponent and draw a card. Or I guess I should probably just cast the Visions from Beyond instead of a Thought Scour. Yeah, probably that is better. I don't have a card here. I don't think it makes a difference. Yeah, I think it makes a difference. I think I'm fetching again and see what happens in my deck. Alright, there's another island. I think I'm casting a Tuskar on my opponent and drawing another card, and I'm on 8 card. Again, I don't think 8 or 9 is a different. Wow, a lot of Murktide region uncastable. Okay, so I have this Philosopher's Storm up. Successor Regal's pretty good. Unfortunately, it was not that. It was just a draw 1. They have 3 cards, and I'll have to go like Glimpse the Unthinkable, I lose. But if they go like a Fracture Sanity or in Tasha's Youth Laughter, my Philosopher's Storm is good. Okay, no more. 3. No, 14. Let's go game number 3 on the play. You don't like mill? Okay. Let's stick with my sideboarding, and let's go game 3. Keep plus card for opponent turn. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. I couldn't keep it for opponent's turn. Regavain and Expressive Iteration makes you cast a card in your turn. Okay, let's go. Final game. Ends not great, but okay. Keep. I have to turn 1 Ragavan, and I'm not afraid to use it. I have a couple of bubbles, which I could hold for the channeler. Weird sequencing here. I don't exactly know what to do. I think it's a keep. It's a keep. It must be a keep because the bubbles replace themselves and etc. You'd mole? I don't think you can mole a hand like this. The question though is, will I play? I think I can play like 1 bubble now. I'm fetching regardless, so no need to just see the top of my deck, even if it's a land. I'm still like fetching, and I'll cast this Ragavan. And I think I'm only cracking 1 bubble. I'll play them because you never know. Opponent might just go surgical, so I'll play 1 of these bubbles in my opponent draw step. And then I know, but I know that. Oh wow, okay, sure. Their archive trap me. That fetched. Fine. And archive trap me. Okay, cool. Get things off with mill 26. They have 4 cards. Mill 39. You know, it's opponent's thinking a lot, so they might have another one. I don't know what they're waiting if they have another one. I guess they might think that they have an Andrazi. They want to wait to draw something else. I don't know. Come on, opponent, you're playing mill. Just mill if you have it, or not mill if you don't have it. Don't give me the sweat. Okay, cool. All right, let's correct this bubble and my opponent's upkeep. They have a snow cover swamp on top. Nice. We have a policy here. We don't talk about bannings. So if you talk about banning, you usually get banned. But all right, they played a swamp that we knew about. It's just very boring to talk about bannings. Very boring. Very boring. And I tend to enjoy when I play a game. So I don't know. Is that Sprue good against Mill anymore? You mean the Blossoming Calm? Yeah. Yeah, Blossoming Calm is good against a Card Trap. I don't think it's good against Tasha's Youth Laughter though. Blossoming Calm. Okay, what did you Surgical? Expressive Iteration. It's an interesting card to Surgical. It really is a very interesting card to Surgical. Cracking this bubble end of turn to attempt to cast the turn 2 Murktide Regent. I guess they have Bragavan, so as long as they don't fade up push this, I'll be able to. Put us 3 cards in hand. We have 24 cards in the deck. I'm going to 21 because I'm drawing 3 cards next turn. Alright, bubble you again. Field of Ruin. Okay. Top draw. Draw 3. I have another draw step. My opponent, I don't know why they're playing so slow. Come on, let's click the button. Die. A pay to push. Extra pay to Murktide Regent. Cool. That's 2 cards left. I have 21 cards in my deck. Draw step. Okay, let's check a Ragavan. Get the treasure, milling your Field of the Dead. Sorry, Field of Ruin. But then again, go Dragon's Red Channeler, Serum Visions. Or you can just go Dragon's Red Channeler, go. I think I'll go Serum Visions, actually, though. What is the blue card that I can cast next turn? Not much. I think I'm casting this. I haven't made a land drop yet. That's not bad. I don't mind drawing this next turn. Even if I break on lands, it's going to be fine. Yeah, I'll bottom, top, and pass the turn. With just 1 land, but there's Ragavan that's giving me the treasure. Opponent's 2 cards in here. We don't know their top of the deck because I milled it. I exiled it, actually. I have 19 cards in my deck. Alright, Field of Ruin. They don't have blue mana. They don't play Glimpse anymore. I'll be playing this on top and going to combat. Attack for 5, make a treasure. Don't play Glimpse anymore. They play Passionate Use Laughter, a Fresh Sanity, Archive Trap. Darkness. Prevent all damage that will be dealt to you. Pick up that channeler here. I don't have Counterspell up, but I have Dispute up. In case they want to go Field of Ruin plus Archive Trap. And in case they go Field of Ruin, do I have a basic island in my deck? I do. There's 1 basic island in my deck. So I can still cast a Counterspell. Oh wow, a 3rd Field of Ruin. Sure. The 1 card, and they pass. Very good. I'll attack for 8 next turn, and that's a 2-turn clock. 18 cards in my deck. They cast another Darkness. I don't care. How did they play? Alright, looks like they're casting something in upkeep. Sure. Alright, I'll move on here. If they cast Archive Trap, I'll dispute it. Ooh, Lightning Bolt. Forgot I had it in my deck. Attack here. I'll even get the triple land, triple treasure. Triple mana source to cast my 2 counters. Hedron Crab, fine. Ragavan is just a treasure maker in this matchup, which is good enough. So opponent's dead next turn to my 8 attackers. Pretty happy that I chopped this regular channel, even when I only had 1 lands. I think it was important. Alright, let's see what I do now. They're casting Hedron Crab. I think I'll go for a Dispute. Yeah, I think this is a spot where I actually don't care. I'll just leave anything on top. Double the Crab. If they have a land, they still mill me. You don't have a priority. I win. It's game over. Alright, so we ended up 3-2-ing, losing to Black White Grief, Ephemerate, and the Mirror. Beating Elves, Affinity, Mill. Alright, we're gonna roll back another league immediately. What's the time? 11, perfect. Took only 2 hours to finish the first league. It's pretty average on time. Yeah, I don't have anything to change. We're just running it back. So